How are you? So here I am today to show you how you have to create the campaign. So first screen that you will see is the home screen, and for creating the campaign you have to go into the settings tab, click add, give your campaign name like HCG diet system for example. Then you have to select the processes from this drop down. Now let me just explain you about each of the process. So first process will do, it will just go to all of the URLs that you will give here. You can add one or you can add 10 and any number of the URLs you can give. So it will just go directly to the URL with performing all of the settings and human behaviors and things that it will do inside the page. And the second one is the referral URL rank. What it will do, you have to add the referral site. So make sure you have this url.com on your abc.com. So what it will do, it will just go to the abc.com first, and then it will find that url.com there. Then it will click to the site, and then it will perform all of the settings and all human behaviors there, right? Third one is the Google search rank. What it will do, you have to give keyword here, okay? And it will just go to the Google, type in the keyword, and it will search your target URL there, and it will click that site. Then it will perform all of the settings and all the human behaviors right there, right? And for GMB search rank, it will be, the format will be the same. It will go to the Google, type in the keyword, it will find your URL listing inside the 3-pack, or if it's not there, then it will go to the more places, which there is a button or a link after the 3-pack. Then it will go to there and it will just search your listing, and then if that's fine, and then it will go to the website. Or if you have checked this setting, then it will click on the call to call there on the Hangouts, right? And there is some other random process inside there. Sometimes it will search inside the google.com, sometimes it will search inside the maps.google.com, right? So if inside, in case of maps.google.com, it will just type the keyword and it will find the listing, and then it will perform all of the things like clicking on the call button, or just if you will uncheck this, then it will just click on the website, and if you check this, then it will click on the call button. Then it will direct you to the Hangouts call action. Like, you have to see what settings you have for the Hangout calling things, right? And the next one is the YouTube search rank. It is similar to the Google, so the format is also the same. You can just hover over the box and you will see all of the formats written here, right? And it will do the same, like go to the youtube.com, type in the keyword, searches your target URL there, clicks on there, and performs like watching and clicking and typing some description, and so if there is any kind of link inside the description, it will also click there, and it will also just stay there and time, just view the video for some time, like if you have to set there. These are all settings I will just explain to you in a minute, right? And there is the last thing. This process actually do is you have to give URLs. You can add thousands of the URLs, and it will just ping all of one each URL onto the more than thousand of the sites. So it will just index all of the URLs here to all of the URLs I have inside my software. So it will ping your URLs to those sites, right? So anyway, for this process you don't have to do any kind of other settings because it's something else. Anyway, for example, we are setting this here, and the third option in the campaign is these four options. Like proxies use one, if you want to use the proxy only once on each URL, then you have to set this setting. If you want to use for each of the URL, I mean the proxy you have to use on each site, then it, okay, sorry for my mistake. I have to say that if you want to use proxy all over the software just once, then after using once it will just remove will not use the proxy again, right? So if you use this option, then it will just use each proxy. For example, you have 5 proxies here, right? So it will use proxy on each site. Like you have this 3, and for example you have 3 proxies here. I'm just adding some random data, like 1 proxy, let's say. So this proxy will use on each of the URL for performing each of the URL, right? So if you have 2 proxies, so this will be used on all of them, and also this will be used on all of them, right? So this is the feature of this option. And if you just want direct hits, like you need to set like 2 hits or 3 hits or 10 hits, that's up to you. So it will just open each URL, like it will open this URL. It depends on the process. For in this process you have to set keyword as well. So I'm just telling you the demo stuff. Okay, so it will just perform 2 hits on this process. It will perform 2 hits on this string. It will process 2 hits and this. So similarly it will just 6 times hits, and in each navigation it will just use a random proxy in this process, in this loop option, right? And the backconnect, it is a little tricky. For this you have to get the backconnect proxies, and I would recommend for you to use this one as instead for now, because it has a little challenges. I will just fix it in the future, right? I mean it's the perfect, but I have to tell you about, sorry, the little disturbance. I have to tell you about this option. It's actually not perfect for now, because it has some compatibility issues. So in the future I will just fix it. For now you just use this, and you can also use the backconnect proxies here, right? And here is the coolest thing. You will have more than 100 TLDs, so you can set your country Google domain. Okay, so this is the cool feature for searches per day. So if you set 1, so for example today is 1st of the June. So in 1st of the June you will just able to perform one search on each URL or each the keyword, right? So if you set like 15, then in 1st of the June you can be able to perform each search 15 times. Like you will the software will just in according to this settings, the software will perform 15 times on this, 15 times on this. So this is the better and best to just keep this low, so Google don't penalize or do some kind of black hat. I mean, if it Google, you don't want to come into the Google eyes, right? So you have to be careful in your settings. It all depends on your settings, and it all depends on your proxy. So I would recommend you to get backconnect residential IPs, which are good. Okay, and the threads, these are the threads that you want to, for example, two. If you set 2, then at the same time 2 browsers will be running for you at the same time. So, and also if you set 15, then 15 browsers will be running on the same time and will performing all of the stuff. It depends on if you have more keywords, and so it will just divide the jobs and it will do on in all of the browsers, right? And here is the time in seconds or minutes. Like you have to set the type of the time you want inside your other the further settings. For example, if you have set setting seconds, then you have to, for example, you have to set view time 10 to like 20. So it will just wait on randomly on each page for between the 10 to 20 range. And this is also the setting for YouTube watch time, right? If you set this here, okay. And anyway, and the timeout thing is, if you keep it 90, or then it depends on your proxy time. Like if your proxies are fast, super fast, then you can set it to 30. If you think your proxies are very slow, then you have to set 90, like that. So if the page is getting stuck or getting very problems inside the delay, like getting delay and loading the page, so you have to do more timeout, okay. And internal pages, these are the internal pages, like you have to set 1 to 5, for example. Then between this range, software will click on in internal links. Like if the software is clicking finding this target URL, then it will go to this URL, for example. Then it will just click on 1 to 5 internal links, and it will perform all of the random stuff and human behaviors on each of the internal page, and it will perform delay on each of the internal page, okay. This is the retry links, sorry. So if you want to get some retry links, for example, if something is not opening or loading, then you have to set how many times you want to retry that link. For example, this links works, then it will not retry. If this links is not working, then it will retry 2 times. And what you want to do after retry, you want to navigate to the URL directly, or you want to close that page. I mean, close every that process. For this, for example, if that's not working, then it will close the page. And if you want, if you will set this, and it will just go directly to that instead of searching inside the Google, okay. So these are all the settings, and these are just for you to control. And there are many tons of the features and settings that I have added inside the software, which will perform perfectly like a human. It will just work like a human, and there are many settings I will explain later in the videos, okay. And this feature, it will, if you check this, it will just visits the competitor site on the Google, and then it will just navigate back, and it will just click on your URL. It will just tell the Google that the first site was not good for the content, and your target URL is the good for the content, okay. And if you set this, then it will just match the exact URL. Like if you have set the XYZ, you have this URL, then it will search for the exact URL, like url.com/xyz, okay. And if you don't set this, then it can just find this as well or this as well. Then it will not go for the exact URL, okay. And if you want to upload these two things with the CSV, then you can select this, and CSV format will be seed URL, comma, I mean the first column will be for this, and the second column, I mean the first column will be containing URL and keyword, and the second one will be containing the proxy. And similarly, the list of the, I mean the sheet goes on, okay. So this one, if you want to perform Google search with the Google login, then you have to check that Google login checkbox. And if you want to GMB search with the Google login, if you want to YouTube search with Google login, so these all three things will be inside. It will just go to the Google login, and it will log in to with the details that you will give inside the process, like when you will run this. And if you have checked this, then it will prompt you for giving the Google login details during the process, okay. And if you don't check this, then it will not perform any Google login on Google search rank, GMB search rank, and YouTube search rank. And if you have checked this, then it will go to the Google. Before that, it will just Google login, and before going to GMB, it will Google login. Before going to YouTube, it will Google login. Okay. And if you just want the desktop traffic, then you don't have to check this. And if you want the mobile traffic, then you have to check this. It will just send the request like the user is from using the mobile user agent. Like it will tell the Google that the request is coming with from the mobile device. Okay. And for this, I have told you already, this option is only for this one. Okay, if finds your listing, then you have to tell whether it's want to click, you have to click on the website. If you want this to click on the website, then uncheck this. If you want to click on the call button, then you have to check this. Okay. Anyway, if you have confusion on any of these settings, you have to just go hover. It will tell you what you have to add and what it does. Okay. So all of the things have information on each of the option. And if you want to import things inside this, then you have to click here. It will just find you, ask you to upload the file. And if you want to clear this box, you can click this. Similarly for this, if you want to import the proxies from file, click here, and you can clear this. Okay. Anyway, this field is important. You have to give something here, and you're good to go. Save it. These can be empty, but make sure if this is empty, then it means it uses your IP, real IP. And if you want to use some kind of VPN, then you can use HideMyAS, or TorGuard is the good one we are using in many of the softwares. So you can use connect the TorGuard. You can leave this empty, and according to the TorGuard location, it will just perform everything. So if you use proxies, then just give proxies here. These are the all formats given here. Okay, so I would recommend you to use the residential IPs, so which will not cause the captcha inside the Google. Okay, and just have to save campaign. Okay, the campaign is saved. The second one is our campaign. Ignore the first one. I was just trying to add some demo. This is the campaign name. The URLs will be coming here, all of them. Proxy and process. Everything is coming inside the database now. So you have the campaign saved inside the software. So this is the first step you have to do. And the second step is you just have to go here and select the campaign. And the third step is click here to run the software. Okay. I will make some more videos and show you how you have to uh, run the scheduler and set the scheduler from here. I will show you more later in the next video. And also for campaigns, you have to click here. If you want to delete this campaign, you have to just select the campaign, for example this, and this campaign is deleted. Okay, there's only one left. And if you want to for example update the campaign, then for example go here, do some kind of changes like anything, close, and go to the update and just click update. Okay, now it will I think there's something wrong. Anyway, if you want to update the campaign, just go here. Everything is already there, and you can just do some edits. Just type something else here, because if you do with the same name and click save, it will tell you that the campaign already exists. So for that purpose, you have to click to, and for example you can change the URLs here. URL1, for example urlxyz.com. So you can do all the settings, changing in all the settings and just save the campaign with the new name. Okay, I will just change the stuff with this, uh, how you have to update. I mean, just ignore this for now. You can make new campaigns anytime. So you see, if you have two URLs, then you will have uh, two rows here. So in the same campaign, it will save inside the two rows. So if you have 10, so the same campaign will have 10 rows. Anyway, I'm just explaining you too much the technical stuff, so ignore that. And you have to select the campaign and hit run. I will just show you all of the working and everything, and all working of each of the process in the next videos. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe my channel to get the updates on all of the tools I am creating. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.